Good morning. My name is Tamlin Tavada, and today I will be talking about Michael Thomas's contract situation. $40 million. That's how much dead money the Saints had 3 years ago. To put it in perspective, that's over 25% of the salary cap. Over 25% of their money was going to players who are no longer on the team. Articles called the Saints irresponsible and in salary cap hell. Beat writers wondered, were they wasting Drew Brees' prime? Well, it's 2019 now. Drew Brees is still here, and the Saints have over $12 million in cap space for this year. Also, they have the chance to sign one of the league's best wide receivers. So, should they sign Michael Thomas? And if so, when? Today, I will be talking first about Michael Thomas's personal achievements. After, I will compare him to other wide receivers in the league. And finally, I will look at the Saints' depth at wide receiver. Michael Thomas has achieved much in his short NFL career. As a rookie, he was awarded PFWA and NFL.com All-Rookie Awards. In 2017 and 2018, he was nominated to go to the Pro Bowl, and in 2018, he was awarded All-Pro First Team honors. He's the first receiver ever to have over 300 receptions, 3,000 yards in his first 3 seasons, and he cemented himself in Saints' legacy by being the single-season yards leader and the single-season receptions leader. He broke the receptions record in 2017 and then broke his own record again in 2018. To put that in perspective, he had 125 catches this past year. No other Saints receiver has had more than 100. Pretty good if you ask me. If you're to compare him against other receivers in the league, you'll look here. This is the average annual salary for 2019. So I have 5 receivers on the bottom there. Odell Beckham making the most at $18 million. Everyone else between $16 and $17 million. Now, are these good comparisons for Michael Thomas? Does he produce as much as they do? Well, let's look at some stats. Beckham, he had 77 catches for 1,052 yards and 6 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 104 for 1,297 yards and 15 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 86 catches for 1,524 yards and 8 touchdowns. Adam Thielen, 113 catches for 1,373 yards and 9 touchdowns. And Brandon Cooks, 80 catches for 1,204 yards and 5 touchdowns. Michael Thomas's stats last year, 125 catches for 1,405 yards and 9 touchdowns. Out of these men here, he leads in receptions, Antonio Brown leads in touchdowns, and Mike Evans leads in yards. Overall, yes, he is up there with these receivers. So you see they're making 16, 17, 18 million. Michael Thomas, on his last year of his rookie deal, less than 1.3 million. 1.3 million. Clearly, he's outplayed this contract. If we're to project to see how much he should be making, let's look at this graph here. This shows the average of the top 5 wide receiver contracts for the past 5 years. As you can see, the number has only increased. This is probably due to the salary cap rising, and so more money for each player. You'll notice that in 2018 and 2019, the numbers there are the same. This is because no one has had that huge contract before camp. So it is likely that this number for 2019 will rise. In fact, the Saints would be better off to sign Michael Thomas sooner rather than later, because the next receiver to receive a contract is likely to increase the number for everyone else. Other receivers out there, AJ Green, Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, everyone is looking for more money, and so is Michael Thomas. Now, if we were to look at the Saints wide receiver position, Tre'Quan Smith, probably second after Michael Thomas, is in his second year. Last year, his stats, 28 catches for 427 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not amazing? not terrible either, but considering he is a third-round pick, you would expect more. Also, you would expect his ceiling is higher, so he does have room to improve. Ted Ginn Jr., older and is approaching his 34th year, so unlikely that he'll be on the team much longer. After that, Rishard Matthews, recently signed by the Saints, on his 4th team in 8 years, bit of a journeyman. After that, we have Keith Kirkwood, 2nd year undrafted, Cam Meredith, 5th year undrafted, Sammy Cobbs, 2nd year undrafted, Lil Jordan Humphrey, rookie undrafted. It's not to say that undrafted wide receivers can't do well. Rod Smith, Wes Welker, they went on to have amazing careers, but it's not as likely for an undrafted player to do as well as someone who is drafted higher. Let's look at some of the stats. So last year, for targets on the Saints, Michael Thomas led not only any single receiver, but all the other receivers combined with over 55% of the targets. He also had the most receptions, over 61% compared to all other receivers on the team. The increase in receptions compared to targets also means that he had a higher catch percentage than the other receivers. Finally, the yards as well. Over 56% of the yards can be attributed to Michael Thomas. Clearly, he's an important part to the Saints. So overall, can we answer the question, should the Saints re-sign Michael Thomas, and should they do it soon? The answer, yes to both. He has the awards and the stats to back him up. He's still in the prime of his career and looks to only be getting better. He's comparable to the other receivers in the league at the highest who are getting paid the most. And the Saints don't have much choice because they have little depth behind him in their wide receiver room. I hope this answers I can answer any questions now, if you have them. And any further questions can be addressed to the email on the handout. Thank you.